What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos Show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Broncos' 37-28 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals last night on Monday Night Football in Cincinnati. Tough one to swallow as a Broncos fan. Definitely a game that we easily could have won, and definitely a game that we probably should have won. We shot ourselves in the foot many a times here, and give credit to the Bengals being the good team that they are. They capitalized on those mistakes that we made and got a huge win for them. Just a very tough performance for the Broncos on national television at prime time to lose this way. Just really frustrating. But again, give credit where credit's due. Congratulations to the Bengals. Great win for them on prime time at home. Now, looking at some of the things we did good here in this game against Cincinnati, starting on the offensive side of the football, we did move the ball fairly well here against the Bengals defense. We had 385 total yards of offense. You like seeing that. Most of that damage came through the air, especially in that third quarter. We did a good job in the red zone for once, converting in the red zone, finishing off drives. Phenomenal job there in the third quarter of doing that as well. We went 3 of 4 in the red zone offensively. Love seeing that. The Broncos, at times this season offensively, have really struggled to finish drives off, and we really had no problem of doing that here in this game again, especially in that third quarter. Outscored the Bengals 21-7 in the third quarter to get back in this game and actually take a 1-point lead over them. Just a huge quarter for us. Did a great job attacking this defense vertically down the field with our passing game. Peyton Manning had some really phenomenal throws there in that third quarter. Had the beautiful 46-yard strike down the field to Demaryius Thomas, and the great pass as well down the field to Emmanuel Sanders, that 33-yard pass. Great catch by Emmanuel Sanders as well. One-handed catch. Caught it with his right bicep. Beautiful, beautiful play. It's a great quarter there in the third for us offensively, and again, our passing game really flourished. Did a great job of being aggressive, taking some shots down the field, and Peyton Manning made some phenomenal throws, and Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, for the most part in this game, were pretty effective here against the Bengals secondary. Demaryius Thomas finished with 7 catches for 115 yards, did a great job of consistently beating Terrence Newman in this game, and again had that beautiful 46-yard catch from Peyton Manning, and then Emmanuel Sanders finishes with 6 catches, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Again, both touchdown catches were great effort there by Emmanuel Sanders to kind of break a couple tackles and just kind of fall in the end zone. He made some really tough catches in the middle of the field in this game for us as well, really showing off his toughness once again. He was huge for us in this game and in that third quarter. He forced 2 turnovers here defensively. You like seeing that. Of course, one of them was a keep to lead with that pick 6 there to start the game off in the first quarter off the tip pass by A.J. Green from Andy Dalton. Beautiful catch by Talib to catch that with one hand and then get up and turn it upfield for 20-30 yards for a pick 6. And then Von Miller just made a great play there in that third quarter, prying the ball away from Jeremy Hill, just kind of ripping it from his hands. Huge forced fumble for us in the third quarter, big play by Von. So defensively, I thought we played well enough to win this game. 2 turnovers again on the road. Those were great plays by our defense, great individual plays by both Aqib Talib and Von Miller there. And we did great on third downs defensively. You hold the Bengals to 2-11 on their third down conversions for the most part. Did a good job of getting some big stops, some timely stops defensively there in that third quarter and getting off the field on third downs. He held the Bengals to only 146 passing yards. Did a good job of being physical with their wide receivers and kind of limiting Mohamed Sanu and A.J. Green. T.J. Ward hit A.J. Green early on here in this game in the first quarter, and it kind of hurt A.J. Green's arm, so we kind of took him out early on in this game. And again, with the exception of a couple little slants over the middle, I thought defensively we did a good job of keeping their passing attack in check, keeping Andy Dalton in check, and our red zone defense was phenomenal. Did a good job of forcing them to kick field goals in this game. They kicked 3 field goals. They went 1 of 4 in the red zone. Again, did a good job of bending but not breaking defensively. That's kind of been a theme with this group. I've said it multiple times this year. So defensively, I thought you did some good things here. Kept their passing attack in check. Got off the field on third downs. And again, those turnovers were both huge. The forced fumble by Vaughn, the pick 6 by Talib. Defensively, I thought we played well enough to beat Cincinnati here. Now looking at some of the bad things we did here in this game, obviously you got to start with the 4 turnovers, the 4 interceptions by Peyton Manning. You can't expect to beat any team in this league, any playoff caliber team anyway, in this league, especially on the road, when you turn the ball over 4 times offensively and your quarterback throws 4 interceptions, passes. And honestly, on at least 2 of those, it was just miscommunications with him and Demaryius Thomas. So obviously got to clean that up. But obviously, very costly mistakes for us. And again, they came at very timely moments in this game. Again, in the fourth quarter, the pick 6 by Kirkpatrick ends up giving them the 9-point lead, and then the other pick he had to seal the game. Just really bad timing for those turnovers and those throws by Peyton Manning. Again, just some miscommunication between him and Demaryius Thomas. But you cannot turn the ball over 4 times and expect to to beat this team on the road or any playoff caliber team on the road. So obviously that's something the Broncos got to desperately clean up. And Peyton Manning in this game wasn't that great. I mean, he goes 28 of 44 for 311 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns, both to Emmanuel Sanders, but again, the 4 interceptions, just terrible throws on his part. And he forced some throws in this game. He also did make some great throws under pressure, though. Had a beautiful play, I think it was in the third or fourth quarter, where he was under severe pressure from Carlos Dunlap, and that front four of Cincinnati did a great job of evading the rush, stepping up in the pocket, and delivering like a 30-yard pass down the field to Demaryius Thomas. But I think it was called back because of unnecessary roughness or something like that, unsportsmanlike conduct or something on Demaryius Thomas. So Peyton Manning did make some really nice throws in this game, especially under pressure, but he also had some very severe mistakes, obviously, with the 4 interceptions, all of which were just really terrible throws, just severely underthrown, severely telegraphed throws, and again, on at least 2 of them, just miscommunications with Demaryius Thomas. But he also had some phenomenal throws down the field again in that third quarter, really kind of got us going, led that comeback. The 46-yard pass to DT, the 33-yard pass to Sanders, both the touchdown passes. The one in the back of the end zone to Emmanuel Sanders was a great pass. So, I thought Manning did have some bright spots here in this game, but obviously, anytime your quarterback throws 4 interceptions, it's going to be tough for you to win on the road. Our pass rush defensively was terrible in this game. We had 0 sacks, only hit Andy Dalton 2 times in this game, had 2 quarterback hits. Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware were pretty much non-existent. I thought our defensive line kind of got beat up front by the Bengals offensive line. But on the flip side of that, our offensive line was complete garbage here in this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Their front four absolutely annihilated and dominated our offensive line here in this game. Carlos Dunlap, absolutely feasted on Luis Vasquez here in this game. The Bengals ended up finishing with 2 sacks here on Peyton Manning. They hit him 8 times. They had 8 quarterback hits. Carlos Dunlap had 4 quarterback hits of his own, and 1 sack on his own that came at a huge time there in the fourth quarter. And again, he consistently was just beating Luis Vasquez off the line of scrimmage, which was too powerful, too quick for him. And again, Peyton Manning was getting hit left and right. They did a great job, the Bengals defense, of really getting in his face, forced him to make some tough throws, forced him to make some quick throws, and really just absolutely dominated our offensive line. We got beat in the trenches on both sides of the ball here in this game. That was a big reason you lost, but definitely our offensive line, our pass protection was absolutely garbage here, and Carlos Dunlap was a huge reason we lost this game. He was consistently beating Luis Vasquez in this game, and again, he had half of their quarterback hits, 4 quarterback hits by himself, and a huge sack in the fourth quarter. They just really did a great job of beating us up front and also beating up Peyton Manning here in this game, just getting him off his spots. And once again, no balance on the offensive side of the football for the Broncos here in this game against Cincinnati. He had 44 pass attempts, but only 19 rushing attempts. Again, balance on the offensive side of the football, predictability on the offensive side of the football has been a reoccurring problem for this Broncos team this season, and it definitely hurt us here in this game. Didn't do a good enough job of being unpredictable or balanced on the offensive side of the football, and we didn't run the ball enough. Only 19 carries. We're not going to win many games when we throw the ball 44 times and only run it 19 times. I mean, just too many pass attempts here in this game. Too much predictability on the offensive side of the football, and it really killed us here in this game against the Bengals. Defensively, did a horrible job of stopping the run game here against the Bengals offense. They ran all over us. They had 207 rushing yards here against us. They averaged 5.6 yards per carry as a team. Jeremy Hill, the rookie running back at LSU, has been absolutely phenomenal for them all year, and he was great here against us in this game. He had 22 carries for 147 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 6.7 yards per carry himself. He just was absolutely great here in this game. Did a phenomenal job of getting to the second level and really just tearing up our secondary, and really beating up our cornerbacks and our safeties and our linebackers as well. And he had that huge 85-yard touchdown there right after the pick six there in the first quarter. That was a humongous play for the Bengals, and just a terrible job by Todd Davis. Missed a tackle on Jeremy Hill, and then he just turned it upfield. I mean, he absolutely killed us. And I can promise you right now, any team in the NFL that lets the Bengals run for 207 yards and lets Jeremy Hill run for 147 yards and have an 85-yard touchdown, you're probably going to lose to Cincinnati. That's really what they want to do offensively, and he just beat us up physically. Jeremy Hill was absolutely phenomenal. Again, you can't give up an 85-yard touchdown, especially after a pick six. That was a huge momentum play for the Bengals offense, and a huge play that we gave up that we just can't allow defensively. And our defensive line just got owned. Like I said before, we lost the battle of the trenches on both sides of the ball here in this game, but our defensive line got absolutely ate up, especially inside. The center and the guards for the Bengals here in this game were phenomenal. They did a great job of really kind of taking Terrence Knighton away in this game, and I thought Malik Jackson was our only defensive lineman that got any penetration into the backfield of the Bengals here in this game. He had 5 tackles. He did a great job of kind of meeting Jeremy Hill at the line of scrimmage, not allowing him to get any yards after contact, and I thought Malik Jackson really played well. But besides him, Terrence Knighton was non-existent. Derek Wolfe, Marvin Austin, our defensive front really got banged up and beat up here, and really kind of out-muscled and out-physicaled here by the Bengals offensive line. I mean, again, Jeremy Hill averages 6.7 yards per carry here in this game. You can't allow that to happen. You can't give up that 85-yard touchdown and expect to beat them. And the Bengals also did a great job on the offensive side of the football, really kind of taking advantage of our over-aggressiveness defensively and kind of our speed defensively by using a lot of misdirection. You've seen a lot of teams so far this season do that against Denver's defense and utilize that as a game plan of utilizing a lot of the read option, a lot of screens, again, just a lot of misdirection to expose our over-aggressiveness, and you saw them really do a great job of that. And that really kind of slowed down Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware as well in this game, is that a lot of the misdirection that the Bengals used here in this game. And then our special teams was terrible as well. You give up an 80-yard kick return to Adam Jones. You give up a 49-yard punt return. I mean, those are too big of plays that you're giving up, and you're just giving up great field position right off the bat. Again, a 49-yard punt return to Brandon Tate and an 80-yard kick return to Pac-Man Jones. Our kickoff coverage and our punt coverage teams, they got to be better. You cannot allow those bigger returns, especially on the road, and give the crowd something to get excited about, and give Cincinnati those big momentum plays and those great field positions to start their drives off. Those were huge killers for us, those 2 big returns by Pac-Man Jones and Brandon Tate. Great win for Cincinnati. They beat us 37-28 at home. We are now 11-4 on the year. We finished 4-4 on the road this season. And now we look forward to Oakland. Obviously, we got to get this win and the season 12-4 and the season 6-0 in the division, and try to build up some momentum for the playoffs. But nonetheless, a very tough performance. Definitely a game that we kind of shot ourselves in the foot here a lot in this game, and the Bengals took advantage of it. Congratulations to them. Huge win for them. But at the same time, again, I'd much rather lose to them now than in the playoffs. Definitely a game that I think is kind of a reality check for this Broncos team, and I think this may end up turning into the best thing that could happen to this team right now. Just kind of a reality check, kind of press the reset button, if you will, and just kind of look to improve as a football team. Definitely got a lot of areas to still improve if we want to be hoisting that trophy in Arizona come February. So just a tough loss, tough game. But again, congratulations to the Bengals. They win 37-28. Leave me a comment below, whether you're a Bengals or Broncos fan. Let me know what you thought of this game, and let me know what you're looking forward to for this week, the final week of the season. Hopefully, again, we can beat the Raiders. So Broncos fall to 11-4. Tough loss, but again, hopefully this will be the best thing that could happen to this Broncos team, be a little bit of a reality check. We can bounce back this Sunday against the Raiders.